Alright, you guys. I'm coming back with another crock pot video. I haven't used my actual crock pot in maybe about a year, but I'm going to be using it. I love using the crock pot. I use it all the time before I got the Instant Pot, but this bad boy, I'm going to be cooking a lot, so I want to use the crock pot and get back into crock pot videos because, you know, it's fall. Soon to be fall. So I'm making a crock pot roast. All you need, I'm doing it the way that Daniel's coworker makes it to try it out. And all you need is ranch dip, like the ranch packet, au jus gravy, butter. You need a stick of butter, but I don't have a stick of butter, so I'm just using the equivalent to the butter. Chuck roast or rump roast. She always uses chuck roast, but we're going to do a rump roast. And then, you know, guys, if you're going to be using vegetables, use whatever vegetables you have. I have carrots, celery, and potatoes and onions and garlic that I always use. But I have a cucumber that our neighbor gave us. I'm going to use it up and pop it in there and make this roast. Okay, so I am not standing. I'm actually sitting. I try to always sit when I cook, whether it's in my wheelchair or on one of these like bar stool things that we have that swivel. If you don't see what I am doing, if you can't see what I'm doing, I'm just going, I got the crock pot right next to me. I have limited space because I'm unboxing things, but today it's supposed to rain and I want to get as much as I can cooked. So give me just a second and I'll move some things around. Aubrey, stop. Okay, so let me see if I can, hold on. Okay, maybe that's better. Okay, so all I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing a chatty video. So I'm opening up the rump roast. I should have brought the garbage can over here, but it's okay. So I'm just opening up the roast, and usually I usually get like a roast packet and just add that in just to make it easier. But I want the roast. Then I'm going to put the au jus gravy in. I've never made this recipe before, so this is a first. We're going to try it out. Okay, so I got that in. So the reason why I wanted to do this sit down video with you guys is because I wanted to answer some of your questions that you have. People have asked, how do I cook, and cooking tips, and okay, I'm adding the ranch packet in here, but you guys you've asked, how do I cook, like cooking tips, do I cook in bulk, do we have leftovers, you know, how do I do all that? So honestly, what I do, we're a family of 4, and even before we was a family of, we're a family of 5 now. 4 of us technically eat. Baby Buck's starting to eat. But I've always cooked in bulk, honestly. When I lived with my grandparents when I was still young, I cooked in bulk to have leftovers. That's something that my grandparents love. I cooked family of 3. Like I've always cooked leftovers. So what I do is I just take a big old pot. I added the carrots. I just took a big old pot. I filled it up to the max. I cooked it down, and then we ate off of it a couple of days. Whatever we didn't eat went in the freezer. That's how we did it. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this up. I'm cutting up the carrots, I'm cutting up the cucumber. So yeah, that's just what I've done. I do need help with some things, like opening cans. Daniel opens cans for me. So anything that has to do with the can, I kind of wait till he gets home, or I'll do everything else about the time that he gets home. And I'm like, hey, can you open this up for me? Cooking in bulk is amazing, I think, because you cook once, and always, like, when you cook once, double the recipe if you can. Because then you have it for last minute. You can really stock your freezer that away. I think it's awesome. The way I hold it is, like, people say, like, regular people hold it like this. I can't, so I have to hold it like this. And then, like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like the fatter the fatter the vegetable is, the harder it gets for me to cut, honestly. But I just make do. I don't cook everything symmetrical. It's too much work on me. And honestly, by the time I get done, I don't have the arm strength to do anything else, so I cut it how it is. Honestly, it's all going in the same place. The kids don't mind, they don't complain, or anything like that. I try to save, like, pieces of chicken, like the bones and, like, the onion pieces that they don't get used, and, like, pieces of the vegetables that don't get used. I try to use those. I try to use those to make, like, homemade broth. So I'll put all that in the freezer, and then I'll cook it down in the Instapot. This is hard. There we go. Okay, so y'all, it's not the potato, it's me. It's partly potato, but mostly me. So that's fine. Okay, so when I go grocery shopping, if I know I'm going to use something that's, like, that week or the next day or something, I will get it. Like Kroger's has a section over by the produce where they have vegetables that are about to go bad, and it's like 99 cents for the whole entire thing. I'll grab those. Like, I don't know if you could tell, but these are, they're like super shriveled, about to turn green, you know, and I use them. I save money that way. So cooking tips, by the way, when I cook and I do bulk, it saves me from having to wash the same thing over again, you know, because it's cook once, clean once, instead of cooking the same meal twice, cleaning twice. So it makes it easier on me. So there's that. Freezer meals, honestly, you could freeze just about anything. Daniel, like, okay, you guys, you can freeze dairy, you can freeze vegetables, you can freeze a pasta, you can freeze soups, you can freeze like meals, you can freeze anything, you guys. If you guys fall, I will save you. Okay, so I'm not even on the third potato yet. Okay. I'm starting to get kind of full, but it will cook down, so I'm not worried about it. I still have to add the celery. And oh, the other thing that I do is I have like this little whiteboard that I bought from the dollar store, Dollar Tree actually, and I use it. I took Sharpie and made spots for the week, and I try to have leftover nights to use up everything. So like this week leftover night is Wednesday, so I restart every Sunday. So Sunday is hamburger helper. Yesterday was meatless burritos. Today is the roast. Tomorrow is leftovers. Thursday is tacos, and then Friday is tomato and grilled cheese sandwiches, and then Saturday is always like a soup. So that's just how I do that. And then also leftovers go towards Daniel's work, go to like for him to have leftovers to go to work to eat lunch, and it's also leftover lunch for us. So that's always really cool. Cooking tips, what I have is try to cut everything in advance, like onions and like if it's for like garlic, there's no way I can squeeze one of those things and get garlic every single time I need it. So I just get the minced garlic already done and I use it that way. It's just easier on me. And I don't measure, guys. You guys can measure if you want. I like never measure. I never measure. What are you doing, Oms? I see. Don't do that again. You'll fall. So I try to keep things simple on me. I try new recipes. Me and Daniel try new recipes. But honestly, when we have things that the kids like, we try to save the new recipes for like fun, like date nights or let's adventure with the kids nights and try something new. I'm not cutting those anymore. So yeah, I will. But I usually like, there's probably about maybe, I know a lot of recipes, but I try to rotate about 20 different recipes throughout the month. Sometimes we repeat, like Meatless Mondays, the kids love bean burritos, like refried bean burritos. And then like I add rice on the side. Jesus. Okay, hold on. I gotta go check on baby. Okay. So, baby bug is sleeping. I just wanted to go check on him. Guys, if you're gonna jump around, go outside before it rains. They have the trampoline inside. So if you hear the kids in the background, that's what they're doing. They're jumping. It helps with Mason's ADHD to keep him like moving, and he's not fidgeting all the time. Just when you cook, try to cook in bulk. That way you don't have to cook again. I know I keep saying that. Honestly, I live like anybody else. I just, you know, like people cook in bulk. People meal prep. People have menus, and it's just, that's one thing I like about disabilities is people do things that disabled people do too. Like, and I'm not saying disabled people had it first, and you know, none of that junk. But when you have things, like you can't say, well, this is just a disabled community, because honestly, when I do things differently, it's like I'm not like anybody else, you know? Like, I take these tips that I have learned and learned from others who aren't even disabled, and I do it on my own, you know what I mean? So it's awesome. Like, there's people who are short that need grabbers because they can't reach certain things high up, you know? So my eyes are watering. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to cut it up and put it in a baggie. Okay, I have a baggie. I'm going to cut it up, put it in a baggie. whatever I don't use. That way it can be used for another time. Now I even keep these tops and use them. They're really good for like broths and soups.
Mommy, I was trying to catch the cat, but I almost catched him.
I see that. Now I will tell you guys, my knife is sharp. Daniel just sharpened it. So it's not that.
Are you making garlic?
No, I'm not making garlic. Okay, so hold on. Let me get it back. Okay, some of the other questions was, do I have my kids help me? Usually I do. It's, like I said, they help me and it's a learning opportunity and it's a way for us to do things together as a family, you know? Let's see if I can get this in here. Okay, let's try. So, like I said, it's a learning opportunity. It teaches them how to do things independently when they get older. It's no different than teaching, you know, an able person to cook and clean on their own. You know what I mean? Like, there's no difference. No difference. But I do let them help. Sometimes I want to feel independent, and I'm just like, let me do this on my own, because I just want to do things on my own. It's like my me time. Let's see, I'm trying to think of some other questions that there was. Some other ones that I had was, I'm trying to think off the top of my head what there was. So chopping, I try to do, like you see I'm doing, I'm trying to chop these up in advance. When I go shopping, I try to buy what's on sale. Daniel actually works grocery now, which is like amazing, I think. He likes it. The only downside to it is his hours are better, but they're worse. Not worse, but they're like, okay, he was going to work at 7, or he was going to work at 4, and he was getting off at 1, which was good because I could be home for Mason, and he could go pick up Obs from school. Now I have to figure out on my own how to get Mason to school and Aubrey to school at the same time, because both of their schools start at the same time and they have to be there, drop off at the same time. So I have to figure that out. And they don't go to the same school because Aubrey is in preschool, which is good, but the preschool that she's going to isn't at Mason's school because they were full over at Mason's school. And there's like one or two preschool classes there, and then they have, here where we live, they have like a certain designated building for preschool for all the preschool age kids from like 2 up to 4, you know, right before they get ready for actual kindergarten, the big people school. So it's kind of crazy. And then if she was to ride the bus, because it's further out of like the block mileage, whatever, she would then, like, her bus pickup time is the same time I have to drop off Mason, because the way that they're doing it now is they have to be dropped off by grade level. Isn't that fun? So I have to figure that out. It's gonna be different. It's going to be one of those things that we have to figure out. But I know the first couple of days are gonna be crazy. And then, like, I don't have Daniel here to help me go pick them up at the same exact time. So I have to go figure out when to go get in line for him to be out early enough to go get her. So it's crazy. Right now they're doing online school. I just signed them up because we finally got paperwork in for that. so that's fun and awesome and diggity dang dang dangy. Alright, so I got that cut up. I'm gonna cut the rest of this up and put it in this bag to pop in the freezer. I'm gonna have the garlic, and that'll be about it. The garlic, water, and yeah. So I don't know if you could tell or not, but let me show you. So I'm going like this with the knife because my wrists are like hard. So like they're like loose. I don't have a lot of muscle in my wrist or strength in my wrist, so I have to like, or in my hand, so I have to work together to see what I'm saying? See how like the knife goes sideways on me? These, I'm gonna pop them in there anyways, but I like to use these ends for celery, or for like for broths. Okay, let's see. So one of my cleaning hacks that I have is try to live minimal, because the less you have, the more, the easier it is to clean, and the more time you have not worrying about cleaning your house because you have less. And I'm actually in the process of living less. Whew. I can go faster if I do it this way. It's time consuming. Like, not time consuming, but I wish I could be able to go like chop, 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 chop. But I can't, so that's fine. Okay, this is all in. Vegetables are in. I have to add the garlic. So as I go, unless the recipe calls for me to do something in a certain order, I just do it in the sense of order from my right to my left. That way nothing gets left out. Okay. I'm gonna move you back up here. So I was wanting to do like a Q&A answer, you guys. Oh, I see, look, I forgot the butter. Okay, so let's do this. Add the butter. Let me get a spoon. Okay, so this is like full, as you guys can tell. So I'm gonna add the butter. I added a lot. I usually don't add butter to stuff. I mean, I'm not against it, but just don't. Okay, next is the garlic. Okay, I'm about to show you guys something, but one thing I like about my grandparents' house when they built it, they built it where the like nozzle comes out, so you can reach it wherever you need to go with it. And honestly, that is such a lifesaver. I don't know if they did it for me because I love to cook, because I was living with them, and it was hard for me to like reach up and grab the stove with my height and my arm muscles and stuff like that. So I don't know. I know it was something that my grandma always wanted, but I guess it was a bonus because then I could like do things I needed to do. So this is all going to cook down. See what I'm saying? I can pull it. And guys, also I couldn't really carry stuff. Okay. I didn't want to fill it up too far because then, just because if I did that, then it would like cause a lot of liquid. So I have it about 3/4 of the way full. If I need to take any out, I will take it out. It's no big deal. But I do it with my spoon. I'll put my spoon in the sink. Okay, you guys are gonna have to go somewhere. Down, 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 down. Okay. So that is my chatty video. I'm gonna cook this on high for 4 hours because I kind of want it done by 3. If you're gonna cook it, Felicia said that you cook it for 6 hours on low because you know she's working, and that's just best. So let's see, select high. 4 hours. Alright, so I just want to answer some of your questions that you had. If you guys have any more, I'm going to go look back in my notebook and answer those, probably as I clean and put some stuff up. So, can't wait for this to cook down, and I will try it with you guys. Alright, see you guys in another video. Laters!